everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Seeds of Success. My name is Dottie San Martin, and I have my sidekick, my trusted sidekick, Orly, with me today. Orly, I'm scratching my head here. You and I need to talk, buddy.
About what? What's going on?
Okay, so the title of today's episode is "It's Okay to Steal." What's up with that?
So I knew
Hey,
that would
I'm
get,
a good person here, Orly. Come on, what's up with that?
that would get your attention, and get everybody talking. Which, hey, that's a good thing. If
Out and
people
clear.
see that episode title, they're gonna want to click it. So it's okay to steal. So what I was saying with that is it's okay to steal in a certain sense, I guess. So basically, what I was saying is it's okay to go and use someone else's ideas, kind of. I mean, you don't have to necessarily take things exactly the same, but everyone steals someone's idea. I was told once from a friend that the best ideas or were obviously someone else's before. So yeah, it's just, whether you're kind of looking through people's Facebooks or, viewing centers, websites, like I said, you don't have to take things word for word, or we don't want you to take their actual pictures off their website, but basically it's okay to steal ideas and create your own with them. I'm, and I mean, there's certain things that go into that. If there's a center a mile from you, you probably don't want to go and take all their ideas. Come on, let's all help each other. But there's a lot of ideas out there, or sometimes just seeing something is going to trigger something in your head. Me and you are big on that, where I start talking about something, you stop me and say, hold on, that just brought up an idea I have. So sometimes just seeing something somebody else is doing, I mean, you may think in your head, they're not doing it right. What would really work is this, and take that spin and change it up for your center. So that's what I meant by it's okay to steal. So are you now okay with it's okay to steal?
I'm definitely okay. In fact, you know, this is a great topic. There's so many places that you can go to get ideas, and sometimes it takes something that you see on a completely, not even bowling related.
Yeah.
It could be something totally different. My husband and I are constantly, we're both on a lot of different email clubs and stuff, right? He has his own, he does a lot with restaurants. He's a foodie. I said foodie, not fruity. Just want to make sure you understood that. Anyway, we are always looking at different little ideas that are clever, that catch our attention, because if they catch our attention, things are they will probably catch, you know, someone's attention if we're doing it for our center. So it doesn't even have to be stuff that's related to bowling, right? You can get ideas from a lot of different places. But I always encourage people to sign up for other people's email clubs. And I know it gets to be a pain sometimes because your inbox just can be bulging. Um, but just skim through them. If nothing else, just look at the titles sometimes, because you got to get past the title sometimes to get people to read your content, right? So if you don't have time for anything except look at catchy titles, that's worth it, right?
Yeah.
Hop on board on that one. But to look at the way some of the programs are structured, and you know copy that in a sense, or put your spin on it. Why, you've heard the saying, why create the wheel, right?
Yeah.
Take something that's already done and do your version of it, or take it to another. You know me, I don't like to just do it like this. I like to take it one more level up. Let's add this to it, and boy, that'd make it even better. So yeah, I think there's so many ways that you can go through, and you can look at something. And in that particular case, Orly, I will say I'm okay with you stealing it,
And
right? I'm okay with that.
yeah, sometimes it's a simple idea where even if you told that other center, let's say you're a friend with somebody, you're like, hey, do you think if I start doing that in they're probably gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm sure everybody does it, or I thought everybody did that already, or I took that from somebody else. Um, I'll go on record. I won't say any names, but we were once visiting a center, and I kind of took an idea from that center. I kind of stole something. It's miles and miles away, but it's something simple that I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure a ton of centers already do it. And I didn't do it exactly the same, but like a senior bowl. We didn't have a senior bowl. It was kind of a cookies and coffee and bowling.
Mm-hmm.
So back and I was like, hey, we should do this in our center. I didn't do everything they were doing, but I said something simple. You get your shoes, you get your hour of bowling, you get some coffee, you get some sweets, cookies, whatever. And I took that idea and ran with it, and it's did pretty well so far. So there's always and you're welcome to steal that because I stole that from somebody else. So there's always going to be ideas out there that are other centers are doing that, put your spin on it and do it. And honestly, if they're not your direct competitor down the road, I'm sure if you even called in and said, hey, I see this, like, I'm curious, how's this working in your center? Or is this, I was thinking of doing it this way. Do you think that will work? They're probably going to help you because most people I've met that run a center are pretty helpful, and they're not looking to not share ideas with others, because they might have an idea or they might see something that you do and say, hey, can I bounce this off you? And, it all helps each other out. We're all here to kind of help each other, unless
Yes.
I get it. Some people down the road.
That is absolutely right. And I will say that, as a community, as a bowling community, that wall has definitely come down since when I got into this industry many, many, many years ago. Not going to say how many. It wasn't it was more cutthroat. We were all in competition with one another. And I can remember many times locally that I tried to go out and work with others in the community as one. And it wasn't as easy. And, there was a lot of, going into centers and pulling I didn't, but I would see people coming into my center and pulling my flyers. And then the next week I would see that it was being run in that center. And it took me a while to not get frustrated about that, not get upset about that. But you know what? I had a lot of wise people tell me that is the best, that's a very high compliment when they do that, because they like your program so much that they're going to copy it. But at the end of the day, the thing is, when you have a program that you are doing in your center and somebody comes and they take that program, they're going to put their twist on it. And in my case, I had to understand and I had to learn that when people were using my ideas, they weren't delivering the same service that I was delivering, because I did it my way.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that makes a difference.
You're doing it the right way and your customers are satisfied with the way that you're doing it. If someone else runs with that idea, they're not going to probably jump ship to go do it somewhere else, unless there's a specific reason, like, oh, maybe it's closer to their house and they're like, they're doing it here now, I'm going to do it. But for the most part, they're going to stick with you, if you're doing it correct. And obviously you're doing it the right way if someone's copying your idea. So I don't worry about, like I said, put your own spin on it. If I went into your center and it's like donuts with Dottie, if my name's not Dottie, I'm probably not going to call it Donuts with Dottie. You got to switch.
Hope not.
You got to switch a little. It's okay. You don't want people to know you're still in everything.
Yes, absolutely. And like I said, it doesn't have to be in this industry. I recently came across something. I was scouring through my emails and stuff like that, and I recently came across some really, really cool things that other businesses that not in the bowling industry do for teachers. And I thought, that's applicable in this world. I've got to come up with a program just similar to that, because teachers deserve to be rewarded for many, many reasons, but we can do that in this industry too. And that was something totally outside the bowling industry. So don't be afraid to venture out, and don't be afraid to look, and don't be afraid. Not real sure about your word there, Steel Orly. I'm still a little worried about you on that one, but you've not given me any reason to give up on you yet. So I guess we'll let it go. So it's okay to steal sometimes.
You got to think about it. Think of the first person to do a podcast. Can you imagine if they said, I don't want anybody else to do this? Everybody did. How many, it's probably safe to say there's probably a million different podcasts out there. So, and they're all different. That's the thing. And even the ones that are kind of the same are different, whether it's the host, whether it's the personality. Yes. So, no matter what your great idea is, you're never going to be able to do it just for you. You're not going to be, you're not going to be able to hold it to yourself forever. So it's okay. Let people, and like you said, it's a, I don't know the proper saying, but about it's flattery, flattering. Yes. When idea. So
it is absolutely 100%. So, I want to close this episode by saying it would be really nice if we we're in a day and age where everybody just felt comfortable saying, calling the competitor down the street or calling somebody and openly sharing ideas, but we're still not quite there yet. So in that case, gathering that information and whatever, but I think we are getting really close. And I have seen such a change in bowling centers' relationships with one another. We are very much in to help one another. And I know, Orly, not only do we host Seeds of Success podcast, but we also host Beyond the Frame live group across many social media channels. And we have really seen how bowling centers have come together to help one another. So I want to kind of close today's episode by saying, if you have an idea that you've been toying with, and if you have bowling centers around you, start to, and we did an episode a while back on networking. Network with your own bowling centers in your community if you feel that that's a safe territory for you to network in.
Yeah.
There's enough room for everyone, right? So, and I know everybody won't agree with that, and every situation is not conducive to that. But when there is an opportunity to have a relationship with a competitor that you could help one another both be successful, that's a nice place to be. So, anything we've left out today, Orly?
No, I mean, I totally agree with you. Not to go on any longer, but just real quick, we had a bowling center about 30 minutes away. We reached out to him when we first opened because we knew nothing really. We were learning everything. He was awesome. His name's Eric. He gave us vendor names. He helped us so much, told us things we didn't know, and still till this day helps us. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with helping others. It goes a long way. I'm sure he knows that we're always willing to help him if there's something that we could help him with. So it goes a long way to help each other. Yeah. And it's not going to hurt you to help someone. So yeah, bowling folks, get along and help each other out.
That's exactly right. And folks, if there's ever a time where you have something you want to bounce off of Orly or I, again, you know where to find us. You can leave us comments that we will reply to. You can find us on social media channels for Beyond the Frame Live. We're everywhere. So there's a way that you can get a hold of us, and we would love to help you, or you can share your ideas with us, or we'll even be happy to share ideas that we have with you. So thanks for listening today, folks. We will see you on another episode of Seeds of Success.